The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests.
What is going on, my Ghost Squad? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number 303. Today's date is Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. We are live on YouTube as always. If you're out there in the live chat, go ahead and say something. We don't know that you're out there unless you do. If you're watching this in replay or listening in podcast form, the conversation does not have to end here. Utilize that comment section. Let us know what you think of this fiasco. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions on how to make this better, we welcome it all because you know what? It is what it is. This is the only show that we do not give 110%. We only are able to manage 108%. 108% is all we can guarantee. We are not promising that we'll make you any smarter. Honestly, we're just hoping not to make you any dumber. That's the way this show rolls. If you want to text into the show, utilize the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by our good friends Rod and Shelly Gates over at aegisguncare.com. That number is 530-364-4678. Go check out aegisguncare.com. If you're a veteran, really anybody, but especially if you're a veteran and you're in that hole, you're in the darkness, and you're looking for the light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I cannot give you medical advice, but I could be a decent ear, maybe talk you through some stuff. More importantly, I can be here to listen. If you are looking for someone that can get you into some medical attention, remember two things. One, you are not alone in this fight. You have a lot of brothers out here that are willing and able to help you in any way possible. And two, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255. Veterans, press the number 1. We are spotlighting, as always, United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title United States Marine, see the website marines.com. And we are proud members of the Rapid Fire Radio Network and the Self-Defense Radio Network. Go check out all your favorite pro-gun, pro-toy podcasts over at rapidfireradio.us and selfdefenseradio.net. Let's get this off of my beautiful mug and bring in our, I don't even know what to call them. Hello. Remove that. There we go. There we go. Look at those pretty faces. Those pretty faces and brilliant minds that make up our panel, except for Clover. Let's say hello to our good friend from Anderson Manufacturing, hashtag Pony Express 2024. What's up, Kyle? How are you doing, brother?
Hey, Ghost. Thanks for having me on, man. That is a beautiful scope you got sitting in the background there.
It is. Just came in today. Loophole. Thank you to Loophole. Sent that out for the competition. We're going to throw it on the AM10. We're going to shoot the long range stuff. We're going to be in the Gas 308 division in November. Looking to do that. Looking forward to throwing that on there. On the AM10, the Anderson AM10. Going to go and shoot some competition with that. So looking forward to it. But yeah, man. How's everything going to Anderson right now?
Things are going great, man. Things are going great. Still in the dog days of summer here. About to roll into hunting season, though. So, and I hit vacation next week. So, just got to make it through the
better.
Week. Yeah.
You going to Paris Island?
I wish. I need to go back. I just want to see.
I've never been to Paris Island. I have no desire to go to Paris Island, man. I've heard the sand fleas are the real deal.
Oh yeah, I'd love to go back and just watch some recruits get smoked or something. That'd be awesome.
I would enjoy going to watch someone get destroyed. I like to just watch them go to the pit and just like, yep, been there. Have fun with that, brother.
Sugar cookies.
Sugar cookies, yes. Yeah, I don't know if I'd like to do that. Yeah, I would. I would 100% like to go back and watch some of it, but
Yes.
Yeah. Standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. We got John, the soulless ginger bastard. What's up?
What is up, homie?
He said I had a soul once. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
You shouldn't believe it. I don't believe it either. But no, I'm glad to be on. Thank you again for having me. As you can see, it's a little bit different. I'm not in the car today, so.
Yeah, you're not having to drive home from work. What's up with that?
Well, I guess I'll announce it now. I started last week at
an OnlyFans page.
Well, yes, that too. No, I started at Gun Owners of America last week, so I have some more time at home and get to hang out at home and work from home. So I'm really excited to be a part of Gun Owners of America and fight for our Second Amendment rights.
Yeah, you were over in DC last week. How is DC these days?
DC is DC. It was cool. It was my second time in DC.
I love DC. I love the city of DC, not the politics of DC right now. Obviously,
I'm growing to kind of love DC. It was my second time there, so I got to go and I was in downtown DC a couple days in a row. Or can you call it downtown DC, or is it DC proper? I'm not sure.
I just say DC.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to go to Georgetown or anything like that? Georgetown's a really cool place as well.
No, we went from downtown or from DC proper to Springfield where our office is, and then came back, and that's about it. So I did that, and then I went to the Guns Out TV range day on Friday and Saturday, which was cool. But yeah, the DC it's pretty, especially this summer. You're landing into Reagan and seeing the Washington Monument was cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Pretty cool place, especially if you're like a history nerd like I am. DC's a pretty cool place. Don't recommend you being out at night in DC. Cross the river, go to Georgetown and do some stuff over there. But yeah, DC at night is interesting to say the least, So all the way from Florida with EAA. See, Chase says he's bringing 110%. I don't feel it. I'm about 108%. I can't do 110%. I just feel like I'd be lying to people. So definitely trying to pull 108%. But what's up, Mr. 110?
What's up, man? I'm with you today. I'm about a 107, 108ish.
107. That's solid. That's a solid. We're just trying to be honest,
Yeah, I mean, I try to be 110% all the time, but I can't be like Clover and be 110 all the time.
All the time, baby. All the time. 110 all the time. All the time. He's being awfully quiet tonight. It's kind of makes me a little nervous. He might be fighting wasps for all I know,
Yeah, I mean, I found the Crocs for him. That's what my avatar is.
You did. I did see some Crocs that came up on, I think it was Instagram or something a few days ago, and they were like black alligator cowboy boots, and the bottom part was a Croc. It was, I thought of Clover, I'm not gonna lie. I know he's not a cowboy boot guy, but if anyone would rock those, it'd be him.
That is the most Florida Mexican thing ever.
Well, I was thinking, never mind. You know.
I know.
And the Okie from 110%, and all the way from the Okie from, well, he's not from Muskogee, but close. We got the Gun Snob. What's up, bro?
I'm giving 31%.
31%. Is that what your phone battery is?
No, it's probably higher than my
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, 108 is the max for me. Like I can never. It's like when I don't put a 30 round mag. I always download it maybe a couple. I can never reach 110%. It's only 108's the max.
But at least we're not a ginger.
We have that going for us. A ginger in Arizona, by the way. So
basically a ginger in hell this time of year.
Yeah. I would agree. We're going to star some of these questions. We are going to answer some questions out there. And riding shotgun as always from the great state of Texas, Mr. 110% himself, the tactical leprechaun himself. What's up, man?
Best I'm going to be able to give you today is about 16 7/8%.
The way you sound, I'm going to say 16 and 3/4.
Why are y'all using this metric system?
Maybe. Metric? That's not metric. That's the imperial system. Get on board, man.
He said imperial system. That would be the Darth Vader system, the imperial system.
Exactly right.
He's not using the Jedi system. He's using the imperial system.
Well, I'm using the better system. More organized, a more civilized system.
More ruthless for sure. What's the shotgun of the week, homie?
I don't have one.
Okay. He really is coming at 16%.
I know. Everybody everybody think of their favorite shotgun for like 3 seconds. Ready, set, go. Shut up, snob. People are thinking of their shotguns. Ready, set, go.
The Anderson Pony Express.
1, 0. Okay, there you go.
See, I think Kyle turned on his camera and lit up when he said he didn't have one, so I thought maybe Kyle was going to announce the Pony Express or something.
Oh, or Kyle could give us a shotgun of the week.
As a matter of fact.
Now, I will say that Kyle, Now, Kyle did make a major announcement with the design of the Pony Express. He did say that the ponies will be incorporated into design. So, just saying.
And the blueprints on the back of a sales order.
Nice.
It would have been better if it was on a Hooters napkin.
Oh.
Ooh.
That'll be the gin too.
That would mean TJ designed it.
And we don't want TJ designing anything, let's be honest. Yeah. You guys know that every Thursday, Saturday, I think that's right. Yeah, Thursday, Saturday, and Monday at 10 a.m. over on our YouTube community tab, we have the pony polls. We have a little fun with them. We ask you some serious questions, and we are really trying to change the world with these questions. So we appreciate the people that are trying to help change the world one poll at a time. Let's see what the first one is. Yesterday, we got 1.9 thousand votes. Which do you choose? Beach, desert, or mountains? Kyle, beach, desert, or mountains, man?
Give me the mountains.
That's my man. My man. Winslow, what do you choose?
Can I have desert and mountains? Because that's what I have now. Does that work?
You're such a bitch.
All right, so then I'm going with the desert because the desert is beautiful.
The desert is beautiful. I do enjoy the desert.
And if you can stand the days, it's pretty decent at night.
Oh yeah, it's nice at night, especially if you get to spoon with Chase. So
Don't tell about our secret time.
You do that one time and you never live it down. I'm just saying.
That's such a magical night.
Hallucinating.
That's not what I would say, but whatever.
Hallucinating with the ginger.
I mean, I wouldn't talk. You hung out the whole time.
I don't know why. That was like the worst 4 hours of my life. And to be fair, I was not the only one that was hanging out that night. So,
no, several.
Snob and Clover.
It's fantastic.
It was the worst. Yeah, that was the worst. Anyways, Clove, beach, desert, or mountains?
Man, I gotta
He's going to say East Texas. Texas.
No way, dude. I gotta go with some cool weather, and you get cool weather in the mountains usually. So let's do it.
Hell yeah, I hear that. Snob, The Prairie is not on the list, so.
You think I want to be here? Hell no.
Mountains. That's what I'm talking about. Flo Rida, I know what you're probably going to choose, but go ahead and say it.
Oh, beach for days.
Yeah.
Beach for days.
Yeah, no.
Now, don't be wrong. I love the mountains, and I do enjoy the desert. But if I have to just be plopped down one person, salt water is my life.
See, that's just not me. I don't know, man. I just don't. I don't have
a beach body, so I stay off the beach. They just try to push me back in the water.
You are a whale of a man. You have the best beach body.
That's what I was fixing to say. Does a beach 12 count as a beach body?
Snob, don't sell yourself short. You're the best looking gun tuber on the interwebs, according
Exactly.
Snob,
from Oklahoma.
So much smaller than some of the chicks around here running around in stuff they shouldn't be wearing. Do not feel bad at all.
Is it worse than Walmart?
I would say he's definitely the best looking gun tuber from Chelsea, Oklahoma, for sure. I don't know. Is Mystic putting out any content?
No, she doesn't put out anything.
There you go. Yeah. No, I for me, it's 100% mountains. My favorite two places in America are Telluride, Colorado, and Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and I would live either one of those places, hands down.
We were just in Silverton, and I wouldn't take the whole bunch
of really?
Telluride. I said, "The hell with that shithole! I'm not ever going back to that town." That's how
really.
I feel about Telluride. Yeah, it's a bunch of snobby, stuck-up people.
Oh, well, I'll give you that. It's much different now because people have discovered Telluride. Same kind of like with Jackson Hole. Like we used to go to Jackson Holes when I was a kid, and it was still kind of undiscovered to tourists. And I think people have found Jackson Hole. I think people have found Telluride now. So it probably is different, but you can't beat the scenery. Telluride is beautiful. It is a beautiful place. But yeah, I bet you the tourists have found it for sure.
It's not the tourists the problem.
Bonus holes.
I'm sorry. Bonus holes been mentioned. For you guys on your bingo card that you had bonus hole, you might want to check your bingo card. It has been mentioned. Wow. Anyways.
Hey, you got to do what Admiral Transy says.
1.9 thousand votes. 63% were correct that said mountains. 33% say beach, and only 4% love for the desert. Desert for me is easily the second. I am not a beach guy. I really am not. I'm not a beach guy. Beach would 100% be third on my list of those. Desert would be second. It would be a close second, but it would definitely be second on my list. But
I'll take downtown Kansas City, St. Louis, Dallas, any downtown that's ghetto as can be over the beach.
Man, that's tough. I think you might be right though. Like I definitely would rather be in downtown LA than like on the beach of LA, like Huntington Beach. Although I lived like Huntington Beach was a cool place, but I'm just not a beach guy. Just not a beach guy. That's just not me. All right. Saturday's poll, 1.8 thousand votes. Who was better? Talking 90s grunge. Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, or Soundgarden? Chase, let's start with you. Of the big four of the grunge Seattle bands, which one did you like the most?
Alice in Chains all day. I mean, they're all good. Don't get me wrong, but
yep,
Alice in Chains definitely the top.
Yeah, yeah. Lane was pretty special. Very special. Snob, I know this is a little outside your comfort zone, talking non-country music.
Chris Cornell all day.
You are correct, sir. Now, I'll say this.
Hey, now, Johnny Cash could be considered the original grunge. I'm just saying.
Whatever there.
I don't know. I gave him a link from a year and a half ago. He still showed up. I don't know. I will say this. I like some Soundgarden stuff. Of the four, they were my least favorite band. As a band, Chris Cornell, I believe, has the best voice of maybe ever, and I could listen to him sing anything. Chris Cornell, the voice, man. Like if we're putting up music in a satellite and hoping it finds like Mars and stuff, you put in things to like introduce other species to America, to the world, and say this is what Earth's about. And you talk about music, Chris Cornell's voice needs to be in that satellite or whatever capsule or whatever, for sure. Lane had a great voice. Honestly, all four of them. I know people didn't really like. A lot of people didn't think Kurt Cobain had a good voice. I actually thought he had a good voice for what he was doing. I thought it was perfect for what they were trying to do. Eddie Vedder, people may not like his politics. Eddie Vedder I enjoyed Eddie Vedder's voice. Matter of fact, I was a Pearl Jam fan, and at the time more than any of them. I really enjoyed Pearl Jam. Saw them at Lollapalooza. And then they started kind of getting a little weird with, outside the music realm. As I got older, I appreciated Alice in Chains a lot more. Always liked Nirvana. Loved Chris Cornell. Was not a big Soundgarden guy. I was more of a Cornell fan, more with Audio Slave. I thought that was a perfect mix for him.
I like all the bands we got on here.
Yeah, I liked. Yeah, but Alice in Chains grew on me and grew on me and grew on me. Like, oh, okay, yeah, they're legit. Clover, which one of the four would you prefer?
I go Nirvana.
There's not a wrong answer. They're all great.
Yeah.
G23 says David Allan Coe, probably first grunge.
That's Chase's music there.
Ooh, doggy. Gort says Alice in Chains, sad that the singer of Man in the Box is now the Man in the Box. That's fair. 3 of the 4 singers of these bands are now Men in the Box, unfortunately. Ginger,
are they heart-shaped boxes?
One of them is, yeah.
Greatest Nirvana song ever.
I like Lithium, actually, was my favorite Nirvana song. For some reason, I like Lithium a lot. Now, my favorite actual album and song of Nirvana wasn't a Nirvana song. It was on the Unplugged. And I think actually David Bowie wrote it. It was Man Who Sold the World. And they did that for Unplugged. That was phenomenal.
That one, and when they did Lake of Fire with Meat Puppets was amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I think that their Unplugged album was incredible, for sure. But yeah, man, the Heart Shaped Bops was pretty good. It was good. They had a bunch of great songs. So for context, Ginger, in the early 90s, there was this movement from Seattle called grunge, and there were 4 bands that kind of changed music and set the scene for the 90s. And these are the 4. I don't know if you've heard of any of them, but if you had to guess which one you would like the most, which one would you guess?
It smells like Teen Spirit in here, so it's Nirvana.
That would be Snob, and he showers once a month, regardless if he needs to or not. But that's okay.
So, do we take a bet whether the baby on the album cover or John is older?
Oh, it's 100% the baby is, because the baby was probably 1 year old, and that album came out in 91. So let's say that baby was born in 90. I know that John was not born in 1990. So say
John
it.
Was a
say it.
There's year off.
Okay, so the baby is now. Someone needs to find out what that baby's doing these days. Like, did he get rich? Did he get rich? Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that. Oh, really? So he hasn't made much money off that album cover.
No, like it was a big deal. Like I don't know, a year or 2 ago, where he was trying to sue Nirvana over using him and all this crap, even though he'd been all about it for years until that point.
Of course.
And he was 4 months old when that was made in 1991.
But the album came out in 91. There's no telling when that picture was taken, though. You know what I'm saying?
This just says Spencer Eldon was 4 months old when he was photographed by a family friend in 1991 drifting naked in a pool.
Okay. There you go. I'm surprised he didn't grow up to be a porn star. I mean, he's been out there since he was 4 months old, So, yeah. Anyways. Kyle, of the four,
Nirvana.
Do you have a favorite? Okay. It's interesting. I was in boot camp when Cobain killed himself. And I remember, and Kyle will understand this, but at night we get a few minutes and usually our senior will be there and he'll kind of, let us hang out and be quiet and not yell at us and pass out mail and talk with us for a little bit like actual human beings. I remember one night he was just, you could see he'd been crying. And we're like, whoa, and he said, you guys like Nirvana. And he said Kurt Cobain killed himself today. And he was actually like shooken up by it. 2 major incidents happened while in boot camp. Kurt Cobain killed himself and OJ murdered his ex-wife. I mean, took a Bronco ride with his buddy down the freeway in LA.
I think you also mispronounced that Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain, but I'm
exactly.
Have y'all seen that documentary, by the way?
No.
Oh, so it was a private. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like there's a private investigator that was investigating a bunch of stuff, and like has recorded phone conversations with Courtney Love. Just saying, yeah. Don't think he killed himself. Just saying. He and Epstein were in the same boat. I think what happened. G23 said that kid's mother got $100 for the photo. Doesn't that suck? $100 for one of the most epic album covers ever.
I think Clover should.
So you're talking about Nevermind, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. That kid now is grown and was suing the record label or something. Last I heard.
10 minutes called. They want their fucking topic back. All right. No, we were talking about that about 10 minutes ago. I didn't know that until they brought it up. But yeah.
Why didn't Clover have, for tonight's sake, you should have had a 20-gauge Remington Model 11 for the shotgun of the week.
Oh, that's not even. That's not even right.
Funny, but cool. Yeah. Let's see here. 1.8 thousand votes. Nirvana with 46%. Alice in Chains with 26%. Pearl Jam at 17%. And Soundgarden with 10%. Our last one was last Thursday. It's got over 2,000 votes. Pick one. FN 509 or the HK VP9. Clover, will start with you.
VP9.
VP9. Ginger?
I'm going to have to go with the FN 509.
Really? Interesting. All right. Snobby?
Glock 19 MOS.
Kyle?
with a vortex, by the way.
With a vortex. Yeah.
TP9.
He's going with the Canic TP9 with a vortex, Alex.
Who is Chicago Mike?
Yes, you are correct. Yes. Kyle, VP9 or 509?
VP9.
You the man. Chase Diggity?
Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with the FN. With a vortex on top, of course.
Of course.
I'd like to add a vortex to mine as well, please.
Oh, it's too good.
Does it also come with a trailer? Just curious.
Would you like a vortex with that?
I think Snob, you won that round. Do you have another topic you'd like to bring up, sir? You're a daisy if you don't say it.
I'll take Porsche for 500, Alex.
There you go. Gort says a 509 with the Apex trigger. RTAC says 10 millimeter high point.
Can I change mine to the SAR9 then? It's like a VP9.
It's kind of a VP9.
It's the VP9 married to Glock 17, and it's actually a really good feeling gun. I've got one.
That's my Can-Am gun.
Can I change mine to a Walther with it?
Depends.
Can I change mine to a shotgun, please?
No, because you didn't bring one with you.
A Walther with a vortex. I gotta make that
Walther
clear.
with a vortex. Okay.
I would like to
Ruger Precision with the vortex, please. Apex trigger transforms the FN509. You know, I'll say this: the Apex trigger transforms a lot of guns. It's a good aftermarket trigger. X Adam 1 says, "What's the question? FN509 or the HK VP9? Which one?" I'm obviously going to go with the VP9. I think it is one of my favorite handguns, and I will own one day. I just don't for some reason, but yeah, I love the VP9 a lot. How much they priced, and are they the plastic capped or crimped? Is he talking to us? Oh, he's on a G23. Never mind. Okay. Real quick, we got a super chat. Mandatory carry says, "Keep fighting, will do, brother. Thank you very much." All right, I don't even know what the hell this is, but there were people in here. Marcus has a question for everyone. Most of us have that one gun that is a guilty pleasure, one that really does not have a specific use, but you love. His is the 1860 Spencer carbine. What are ours? So, good question. I don't even know what an 1860 Spencer carbine is, but
I can't believe
gun that we own.
I can't believe that's a guilty pleasure. I judge Marcus now for him thinking that's a guilty pleasure. Like what?
Nah, that's a cool gun. That's a hot gas.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta look it up real quick because I don't even. Spencer 1860 carbine. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking gun, actually. Okay, yeah, I don't know. You guys hear me okay? I just heard something weird come through my headset, so I don't know what was going on. X Adam 1 says, it is what it is. VP9, I've seen me do it. I've upgraded mine for fun, but it was as great as it came. Yeah, I'm a big fan of VP9. Let's go through the room. Kyle, of the guns that you have in your arsenal, collection, whatever you want to call it, do you have that guilty pleasure?
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't. Every gun I have has some sort of purpose or something. So yeah, I'm gonna defer on this one.
He's also full of shit.
I think that.
Okay.
Plus, I don't have any cool shit.
There you go. Now he's being honest.
God, you guys drug it out of me.
Maybe a little bit of the poor aspect to that, Kyle. Maybe.
Yes, 100%.
I would have to say it's my Model 37 Ithaca without the trigger disconnect.
Again, a Model 37 Ithaca is not. Come on.
It's fun.
Give us some stuff to rag on. There's nothing wrong. Model 37 Ithaca is iconic, man.
John doesn't know what. Do you know what a guilty pleasure is, John? A guilty pleasure is something you enjoy, but other people would probably make fun of.
Okay, well then that case, then it's the Remington R51 because I don't know why I like it.
I think I already made fun of you about that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good guilty pleasure. That's a pretty good one.
It's a pretty good thing off the back of your hand too.
That's true. We should do a video on that.
That would be fun.
See how many rounds he gets through without it blowing up in his hand. It'll be less than 100 for sure.
I think it'd be less than 25.
I mean, I think I've put like 1,200 rounds to that thing so far.
You have skin left above your thumb?
Yeah, I know. It was. I don't know why I like it so much.
Did you
He
try
might
a
have
bunch
borrowed
of
Clover's gloves.
plus P subgun ammo through it yet? Because that's what you should do.
No, I'm good on that one.
Clove, what's your guilty pleasure out of your 1,100?
Just one? That's what I'm saying. Just one? Maybe a RG-22 revolver.
What the hell is that?
Talking about
It's a
guns
dollar
blowing
store
up.
revolver.
Mr. Saturday Night Special.
So, does anybody know the history behind or the significance, I should say, of the RG-22 revolver?
I never even
The
heard
one
of
that
it. So
shot
obviously not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
ding,
is
ding,
it?
ding, ding. Yeah,
Mm.
that's why I have it. Yeah, but it was brand new when I got it. Still looks brand new, and
Technically, it shot James Brady more than it did Reagan.
this is true. And it ricocheted even to get Reagan. It ricocheted off of the door jam, but yeah, that's why I picked it up. That, and it was nearly brand new. I shoot, sub barely light stuff through it because it's an RG and I don't trust it. But it's kind of cool.
Let's be honest, you probably also picked it up because it was $12.
Yeah, it was definitely like sub 100, maybe even 75 for sure. And again, brand new, like box and everything.
Snob, is it the Altor or your Rainbow High Point?
Well, both of those, but my real one is my Ruger Precision and 6.5 Creedmoor with a Vortex Diamondback on it.
Well played, sir.
Awesome.
Well
Awesome.
played.
I don't really enjoy the Altor that much, so I'm going to go with the High Point
Okay.
before the sight fell off the side.
Oh, it did it really?
Yeah.
Even better.
You can't drill and tap CMAC as well as you think you can.
No, you probably can't. Not to last for sure.
And not put a huge sight from Academy on the side of it.
Got to go the RMR, bro. That's what I did.
The
Vortex? Yeah.
No,
Vortex
I mean, if Vortex had been a thing at this point in time in my life, it would have been for sure. But Vortex hadn't come around yet, so I had to stick with that cheap ass Trigicon shit.
Wow. What a douchebag. Guilty pleasure, Chase.
It's a hands down my C9 Ghetto Fabulous High Point. That is like Chicago Pimp Purple with cheetah print grips and a cheap ass RMR on the side.
For me, I am as well going to go with the C9 High Point.
I forgot I have a C9 that has Yeet Cannon G1 stamped on the side. God, that one could have been in there too.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we pretty much everybody has a high point, right? I mean, let's be honest.
I think most people have a high point. I mean, if you
It's
don't,
a guilty pleasure. We all
it is.
I don't have one.
Well,
damn
we
it,
got-
Ginger, you need to go get one.
I'll talk to Kara and see if she can get me one.
Actually, don't get a high point because we all have them. You need to go get like a first gen Taurus Millennium.
Don't do that.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
the
if I-
PT-111,
Oh my
PT-111, or what was that? The
24/7.
the 24/7 or the 748? Oh,
The 24/7 OSS that would shoot itself. Like you would
Yeah,
just
that's
shake
the
it.
one they recalled and gave you your money back on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, that was also the original Millenniums too.
Yeah, it was the same firing system.
yeah, they all came out of the same original design, basically.
Yeah.
Mandatory Carry says, no, I do not have a high point. I can't afford another gun right now. Says the guy that just sent me a $3 super chat. Bro, keep the super chats.
That
You only need
That was a
you only
down
need
payment on
100
layaway, man.
I was gonna say, like, you're halfway there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're halfway there.
Like, legitimately, my high point was free. Now the silly ass amount of money I put into it after the fact, 100% on me. But it makes me happy.
This is why I wanted to make aftermarket barrels for High Point at one point.
I'm special, and everybody knows I'm special anyway, but I do not have a C9. I've got the 380, which is just as big as the C9. You know what I mean?
That's what,
it's the same exact gun with a different barrel.
It is. Just a different magazine, and yeah.
That's the one really terrible thing that they need to address is the magazine issue. Terrible magazines in that.
If you get that red ball, like 20 round stick mag, it works great.
It sometimes it works great.
Then I'm blaming 9mm because my 380 has had it's at this point 6,000-7,000 rounds through it. I mean, easily. It's never had a complete disassembly just because High Point's painted in the rear.
No one takes the time to put 6,000 rounds through a High Point. There's no way that thing. There's no way that thing lives through 6,000 rounds.
Yes, dude, I've had it 20 years.
No way.
Yeah,
I've got 6 or 7 mags through my High Point.
I'm telling you,
I've got 6 or 7 rounds through mine probably.
We've run 500 through it on a weekend before.
I mean, that's only 300 rounds a year. So
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. We've run 500 through it on a weekend before. You got to think. I mean, 380 ammo didn't used to be $25 or $30 a box. So, yeah.
Back when Walmart Winchester white box was a thing and super cheap, a lot.
$12, $10 or $12 a box. Then plus you can reload it.
For $30.
Yeah.
Artex is the Browning 1919. We were talking about that the other night, were we not, Clover? It came up in our conversation.
It did.
Yep. Fix says the bullpup AK. Love me a bullpup. Anything. G23 says guilty pleasure is fun to ride. Moped. Fun to ride. Just don't want your friends see you kind of like the last girl at the bar at closing time.
Get 78 miles to the gallon on that hog.
That hog.
See, John, there's a movie called Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber again.
I know Dumb and Dumber.
We're not talking about Clover and Chase.
I don't remember the miles per hour. I just made that part up, but yeah, it was something like that. Miles per gallon. I mean, yeah.
Speaking of High Point, did y'all see they're launching something on the 14th?
Mm-hmm. They're trying to be like Springfield, we noticed.
So what would be your guilty pleasure?
The High Point flamethrower?
That would be badass, wouldn't it? That fucker would melt in about 2.3 seconds. But it'd be great for 2.3 seconds. What were you saying? 2.3. Hey, I'm lucky to get 2.3 seconds, man.
I was saying, since we're on the guilty pleasure subject, what would be a guilty pleasure you don't own but you would like to?
Ooh, that's a great one. Well, since you brought the question, I'll let you go first.
And I mean, I thought they were the most ugly, terrible things ever been, and I still do, but I kind of want one. Remember the Bushmaster M17 bullpups?
Uh-huh.
I don't, but you said bullpups, my man.
Just Google Bushmaster M17 bullpup. It is terrible, but I still want
one. That's interesting.
No need, no desire. I don't have no reason for it, but I want one. I can't tell you why. I want one. Terrible triggers. They didn't shoot that great, but I want one.
Interesting. Snob, guilty pleasure that you don't own.
A 22 TCM bolt action rifle.
Could that go next to a 17 super short Magnum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clover. Clover owns every gun in the world, so it can't really answer this question.
Well, all his guns are guilty pleasures for everyone else.
A Zip 22.
I don't know what that is either.
I could see you owning a Zip gun.
Yeah, and it's 22, right?
Yeah.
Ginger.
If it existed, that bullpup revolver that was that shot.
100%. 100%. You could probably find the 3D printing plans for that somewhere on the net, I'm sure, and just make one. It would be exactly like shot.
It would be better than what they had at shot. I promise you.
That's true.
Make sure you go to Ace Hardware and get you a machine thread screw and nut so you can, open it up.
If you had just gone to shot, you could have solved for yourself.
Oh,
This is true.
I got that all weekend too. Thank you for digging that knife back into my back.
Wasn't in the back, bro. We didn't have nothing to do with that.
he could have probably been working for GOA in the 1st of February if he'd have put shot.
We're not sticking that nab in your back. We're doing it right to your fucking face. We are letting you know that we're stabbing you.
And Chase is actually twisting it.
That is true. Kyle, biggest guilty pleasure gun that you would like to have?
I'd like to try one of those Kel-Tec P50s out.
Oh, interesting.
See what that's all about.
That's definitely a guilty pleasure. You don't let anybody know you actually own a Kel-Tec.
Yeah, probably why I don't have one right now. But
yeah, I guess mine would have to be the Ruger Precision with the Vortex on
Yeah.
I believe we could all safely assume we could all have that too.
Ruger and Vortex are going to hate our asses. They have no idea why.
Never tell us ever again.
Yeah, they were talking to us again, but they have no idea why they hate us, but they just know they hate us. Like, I don't know why you keep giving us shit. Gort out there says his is a Smith & Wesson 629 stainless 3-inch barrel Magna ported 44 Magnum. Hey, I'm into pyrotechnics. That doesn't sound safe at all. I'm just saying.
That doesn't sound like a guilty pleasure, though.
That doesn't sound enjoyable to shoot.
That sounds like something a sadist would want.
Chase, do you remember the model number of the Smith & Wesson 44 mag that was scandium frame?
So I don't off the top of my head, but I've shot the inch and 7/8 44 and 357 both.
Yeah.
And it's fucking terrible.
Just why?
I still want the Smith & Wesson Bear gun.
The Bear Attack Survival?
Yeah,
Dude,
Bear Survival.
they're terrible. But I would tell you, I would
would
take the Bear Attack gun any day over that Scandium 44.
I'm sure.
That's
Bullpup is stupid, he says. Wow.
I sold one of those to a guy who was going fishing in Alaska for like bear medicine because he was on a kayak and weight was a concern. And he bought it after not listening to anything any of us told him about this gun. Shot it, lost it in a river.
Was he in a van?
Yeah, then decided he didn't need that anymore and moved down to the 357 in that.
I thought maybe he just handed that to the bear and let the bear shoot it, so the bear would run away then.
Yeah.
The bear probably had a better chance of shooting himself or killing himself with that way.
Well, that's the thing. The 44, he took it out and was going to practice with it to see how it was, and it rocked him so bad he rolled his kayak and he dropped it in the damn river.
There is no, how put this, no good reason to ever practice with 44 mag.
No.
Just saying.
Not in a Scandium frame, no.
I will say, to his credit, he did tether it. He was intelligent enough to tie it off, so he didn't lose it. But he was like, "That's terrible." I'm like, "I tried to tell you. Why would anybody want to shoot this?" Like, I'm a sadist. I'll shoot anything once, but that was more than enough for me.
Would you shoot it out of a canoe?
Hell no. You could. I mean, there would have to be a large amount of money. There would have to be a Mike Swift truckload of singles for me to ever think about doing that again.
Interesting. You chose that analogy.
I mean, you know.
Where is he? He must be stuck on a parking barrier or something.
Marcus says, I love a P90. I'm not so sure a P90 would be a guilty pleasure. That'd just be badass. I mean, that's just me. I'd love a P90.
Yeah, I'd love a P90 too.
Oh, look, Clover Jr.'s out there. What's up, Pickle?
X Adam 1 says, I want an X-Tar EP9. They look cheap, and I already have a nice AR9, CZ Scorpion, and an MP5 clone, but something makes me want EP9. I've shot the EP9 a lot, and I enjoy it now. I know, Clover, you don't have a 9.
I got the
use
better
45.
One. Yeah, I got the better one.
I mean, not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you enjoy it so far.
It's a real man's caliber, 45 ACP. A real old man's caliber.
Then why'd they send it to you then?
Because I'm a real old man. Or at least I act like one.
Dude, that stupid EP9 is a lot of fun. And everybody loves shooting that thing.
Yeah, I don't see those as a guilty pleasure either, really. I mean, I was a little bit leery. You know me and, you know, the whole metal versus poly stuff and whatever. There's a lot of poly on those things, but they're solid. I mean, they're not weird. Like Kel-Tec is just so unrefined feeling to me, and that X-Star is not that way. And you know, even in 45, like it's solid. It runs and no issues. It's a lot of fun. Recommended.
Yeah. Trying to catch up. Is anybody anybody love Walther? Everyone says that they're okay, but I don't see anyone showing them off or bragging on them. Are you a closet?
Because you're about 3 years late for us, usually.
Yeah, we've been praising Walther forever. I mean, I'll say that the PPQ is one of the greatest handguns ever made. I am a big fan of Walther.
You're not watching the right people.
So yeah, that's probably true. I've got how many videos you got, Ghost, on the PPQ? I've probably got easily 10.
I don't know, but I'm an underachiever. I don't, you know, I don't put 110% into my shit. You know, I'm 108.
Hey,
no, I
110% in those reels with his Walther now. They're hot.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
He's bringing
I mean, I'll put you this way, and I'm not going to speak for anybody else. And I'm speaking on the PDP's great. Enjoy the PDP. That PPQ, man, that's about as good as that's a pretty damn good gun. Like, there isn't a whole lot that you can sit there and say, well, I'd change this and I'd change that. It's almost a damn perfect gun. To be honest with you.
Let me pose this thought for a second with Walther. Okay. Maybe the reason, and I don't remember who you said that out there in the chat, but maybe maybe the reason you're not seeing a lot about Walther now is 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever, everybody got PPQs, and it's like, why do we need the PDP? Why do we need the newer? And that's why you're not hearing a lot about Walther, is they did a very, very great job with the PPQ, and it's like, I'm good. Thank you.
That's fair.
The PPQs and then the Q5s came out right behind
it. The Q5 match, yep, those did really well. The Q5 was still part of the PPQ family. So,
it was. You know, and they just took it to the next level, and that's just,
they made a race gun with it, basically. You know,
kind of where it stayed.
I shoot my PPK like it's a race gun.
Well, you're also talented, also, so you know.
I shoot my P38 like it's a race gun.
The master race gun. I couldn't get the mute button quick enough, but I felt you. I know what you were getting at.
Wow. It's been nice knowing you guys. If you guys don't see my channel tomorrow, you can thank Chase for that. Appreciate you very much.
Just talking about the P38 being good for competition, right?
Yeah. That's exactly what he was talking about.
Master class competition.
Grandmaster.
Ben Shapiro does not approve.
Ben Shapiro does not approve this message. Yeah.
Who is that? Who is that snob? Who are you talking about?
Ben Shapiro does not approve that message. That's some funny ass shit right there. I don't care who you are. Wow.
You might go ashy over that one.
Jesus Christ!
What did you just say? Never mind. Don't say it.
Don't repeat it.
Please don't, dude. Seriously. Type in the private chat, but don't say it.
So on the veal, I think that's a better topic.
Oh. Respect the show there. Respect the show. Clover Ghost, thoughts on a 2506 for 1,000-yard steal? I've never said a 2506, but I'm sure everybody else here has.
Why do you call it
thoughts on a 2506 for 1,000-yard steal?
Hot.
No experience on that.
No.
I mean, could you do it? Absolutely, because it's 30-06 down 25 caliber, but there's so much better 6.5 distance specific calibers.
Yep.
It's a 260 base caliber. Why would you not just shoot anything that's 6.5 base?
I will say the 25-06 is probably my favorite whitetail deer rifle.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a deer
It
murder.
is amazing. Like 400
So,
yards again. It is.
Yep.
I was going to say, at what range though? You know,
About to maybe 500.
Yeah, I mean whitetails 500-600 yards all day.
About what I push to, with 25-06. But I've got a really nice heavy barrel, and all pretty solid 25-06 too. So
the problem with alt-6 is ammunition. It's the projectile weight that they don't do a lot of. They don't do as much in 25 as they do in 260.
And I found with 25-06 too, you either got to order custom shop or you got to reload it. To be honest, to get maximum, effect out of it.
Is that something that most people would reload?
Yeah, 25-06. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of people that own 25-06 probably reload for the 20-06. Would you snob Chase? Since y'all
well, I have one, but I do not reload anymore. But I mean, it's hard to find ammo for it.
Well, you said anymore, which means you did at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I had died for it. I don't even know if I ever did reload it.
Everybody I know shoots an 25-06 pretty religiously, all hand load for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you can get a lot out of it if you handle it for sure.
But yeah, I think there's better rounds for shooting still 1,000 yards. Absolutely.
Because the only thing reliable you're going to even maybe find on a shelf is what, green and yellow box Remington. It's like, honestly,
I mean, you got that. Nosler makes a couple things. Federal.
Well, that's Nosler. You're going to pay for that.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I think I usually shoot the Federal. Oh, what is it?
Hydroshock or something, or not Hydroshock, but Power.
Vital Shock.
Vital Shock or
Vital
something.
Shock or Power Shock.
Blue box is.
Yeah, the blue box Power Shock and the orange is the Vital Shock. The orange is always gonna be the premium projectile. That bullet, that round with a Barnes XXX is pretty potent though.
For future reference, Ghost, if you mention 25-06, it's going to turn it into a FUD chat, just so you know.
That's why I said 25-06.
We would have left it better. But,
I said 25-06. I was waiting for Clover to mention that. I know what the odd is. I'm just saying I mentioned that because I was waiting for Clover to correct me because he usually would.
Well, I didn't. Somebody else did, and I didn't have to. But I'm just saying, if you mention 25-06, it will instantly turn things into a FUD chat. So
that's a pretty funny caliber. I mean, it really is.
Oh yeah.
It's a funny caliber, but it's an effective one. I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like 243 super short Magnum or any of that bullshit.
Dude, I've got coyotes.
DMRs out there. What's up, homie? So, all right. Fuck, I really don't want to do this. I'm going to start getting rashes, but I don't want to go too terribly into this one, but if y'all had to come up with your top 3, most FUD calibers or cartridge, what would it be?
45 ACP is definitely there.
30-30 by far.
Yep. Yeah. And then probably 25-06, quite honestly.
257 Robert.
270. I'm gonna go 270 over.
Shut your dirty mouth.
That's good. That's good.
What about 30-06? I figured that might have shown its ugly face. Is that not
Yeah,
FUDD?
but see, everybody who used to shoot at all 30-06, like their granddads, they were all pussies, so they dropped down to 270s.
Or they got fancy. Or they got fancy to neck down for 25-06, so they were a little more bougie of a FUD, right?
Yep.
Is that what you consider yourself, Clove, a bougie FUD?
He doesn't even know how to spell that.
No, he doesn't.
I know. I can't. Don't even ask.
Stop. Only 3 of us on this thing know what a 257 Bob is, though.
206 Ruger entered the chat. 32 ACP, 25 ACP.
22 Hornet.
Ooh, that's a fun one. 220 Swift.
7 Federal. That's the new hotness.
Oh. What? 327 Federal?
Yeah. 30 Super Carry.
No.
30 Super Carry. 7mm mag's been mentioned.
Yeah, 7 mags of FUD caliber for sure.
Man, Corey Carey called him a boozy FUD. So.
6mm Remington.
If you want to be the snobbish FUD, it's a 280 Ackley.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Anything AI, anything Ackley approved.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, 280 Ackley's a bad bitch.
Anything Ackley improved and anything Weatherby, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What about 5mm?
Axadam 1 says 30-30, 30-06, and 45 ACP aren't FUDdish. They're classic.
Same, but different.
Yes, that's the same. It's definitely FUD. Pickle up there says 280 AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. 280 Ackley improved. P.O. Ackley, just go. If you want to FUD out, just go look up P.O. Ackley and just watch your eyes glaze over.
I'm good.
He'll be asleep before he gets to the first paragraph, and I'll be right back.
Damn straight. I guarantee it. Either that or I'll be in the hospital with the biggest rash you've ever seen in your life. Just start swelling everywhere.
We'll get Mike to deliver a truckload of good wishes to you.
Appreciate that. I'll be waiting intently for that. Bunch of Vortex scopes being delivered to the hospital. FUDdish people is still holding on to the 38 special. Really? Is I don't consider 38 special a FUD caliber.
I don't think so either. There's a lot of grandmas and a lot of other stuff, sure, but I don't think so. I don't think it's FUD specific.
Like it's been around for a while, but I wouldn't. I don't think FUD when I think 30. So you know what I think? I think like Barney Miller, like 1970s and 80s, like fucking detectives with their revolvers. You know,
or Barney Fife.
I think when it comes to revolver calibers like that, I think a 44 mag is the more FUDdy caliber because it's like it's got all the lore behind it, like 45 ACP does.
Well, I mean, come on, Elmer designed it, right?
Well, exactly, and then Dirty Harry, all this shit. So 44 mag for me is the ultimate FUD revolver caliber.
Mm-hmm.
Now Gary's not helping. Gary's not helping the argument. He says that he carries 38 special sometimes.
Well, I said it was grandma caliber.
I didn't necessarily make it FUD, but it makes it old as shit because he's 137 years old.
Well, he had the very first one.
He beat Joe Lewis's ass.
He had the original Smith and Wesson hand ejectors. So
I was gonna say he's probably upgraded a little bit. He's got a victory model at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Wes he said, I just asked ChatGPT what's the most FUD caliber, and it said 30-30. Yep. I would tend to agree with that, honestly. I would say that 30-30. It may not be, but I don't think that there's an argument against it. You
it's
know
up
what
there. It's got to be top 5. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
30-30 is the ultimate FUD caliber, hands down.
Yeah. Artex is my top 5 hunting rounds. 30-06, 8mm Mauser, 6.5 Carcano. Is that a 6.5 Swede? Is that what that is?
6.5 Swede, yeah.
And a 54R. Do you consider the 54R? He said, okay, he's not saying FUD. He said it's a hunting rounds. Okay. I wouldn't consider 54R a FUD round necessarily. But he's not saying FUD, he's saying hunting rounds.
54R tends to be a pores round.
I just want to know what he's hunting because 6.5 Carcano, the only thing you're hunting with that's president.
True.
Kyle, you wanna jump in this conversation, buddy?
No, I don't. I am fucking lost.
Here's the thing. I've heard of these. I mean, I was at 30-06, but I've heard of the 54R. I've heard of all of them, but I don't have a damn clue.
Come on,
Once again,
I need to go to school. All I know is the 30-06 and the 30-30 is the two I'm familiar with. 270 also, but yeah. Other than that, y'all got me lost.
Wes says 30-30, 45-70, 243, 280, and 30-06. What do y'all think about that list?
I think 45-70 is making a comeback out of the FUDD caliber because of the straight wall sedates.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too.
Yeah. I think
for hunting purposes, right?
Yeah, for hunting purposes.
So it would still stay in the FUDD section, right? I'm just saying.
Look, dude,
yeah, probably.
Marlin makes a T-Rex killer in 45-70. Nobody wants to hear that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we forgot about.
He meant 270, not 280. West.
Another one could be 25 ACP.
I said that.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised nobody brought up 45 Colt.
Oh, yeah. 45 Colt's a good one. 44-40.
It's 45 long Colt.
No, it's not.
But a
FUDD would probably tell you that.
That's kind of making the argument then, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
RTAC says 243 and an AR-10. I mean, can you not put a 308 in the all-time FUDD calibers? I mean, can we not throw 308 in there?
Probably could, yeah.
I think there's a fine line between FUDD caliber and nostalgic caliber. Like this 7.62 by 54R, I wouldn't say it's a FUDD caliber. I say it's a nostalgic caliber.
Yeah. That's what I said earlier. I don't think that's a FUDD caliber.
So 30-06, here's the thing with 30-06. This is why you think 30-06 and you think military and you think, okay, it's military, it's historic. So, how did it make that leap? Okay, there's a difference between 308 and 30-06 in that 308 basically came out and was issued in bolt action rifles, commercially available, yada, yada, yada. 30-06, not so much, but so much come back from the wars that was then custom bolt rifles for hunting and sport rides were made out of them, which it was then 30-06 was kind of adopted over by the FUDD class. So a little bit different there between 30-06 and 308.
Yeah. I think of Carlos Hathcock when I think of 30-06.
No shit, right?
White feather.
Winchester Model 70 with a 10 power U-Nerdle scope.
So you were talking about like the milsurps and stuff like that coming back from the war. A M1 Garand, if you want to be real, I call it the Grand, but the Garand, what would you prefer your Garand in, 30-06 or the 7.62 by 51? If you had, we lose Chase, I guess. He might have gotten kicked out for the Shapiro joke. Just saying.
I don't understand the question.
So they get them chambered in the 7.62 by 51.
It's not a chamber. You swap out the op rod and stuff.
Okay, what would you rather shoot a Garand in? What would be your favorite caliber to shoot?
Shooting a commercial 30-06 because it's the same caliber. You're talking about a slight difference in cartridge.
30 caliber,
But shooting a commercial 30-06 in a stock off the armory rack Garand, you're eventually going to damage the op rod. So it's not. Why would anybody want to shoot something that's eventually going to damage the op rod? So that doesn't make any sense. Obviously, I want to shoot 7.62 by 56.
51.
56.
By 56?
Are you talking the Garands that were chambered for the Navy, basically in 51 and 308?
Yeah, 51 and 308. I didn't know that it would be a 56.
No, I'm talking about I misunderstood. because you were
because
talking
you had me
about
going like, what the hell are you talking about?
So you're talking about. So what you're talking about is the different. You used one nomenclature and another. You said a Garand in 30 and 30-06, and it would be a Garand in 7.62 by 36 by 56. Not because 30-06 is the commercial variant of 7.62 by.
So would
56.
you rather shoot it? Would you rather shoot it in
30-06 or 308
by 56 or what now?
So to make it easy for everybody, get away from the metric, right? That Snob said.
Yeah.
30-06 and 308, basically.
Correct. When would you rather shoot that Garand in?
30-06, 100%.
Okay. God, that took a long fucking time. Jesus Christ. There you go. Yeah. I would like to have it in 308, but I would probably like to shoot it in 30-06.
Now the more collectible one's going to be the 308 or the 7.62 by 51.
51, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going up here. Is there a company in Canada that is reproducing the K98? I have no idea. Anybody know that one? That's from 223 DMR out there.
It seemed like there was. Seemed like somebody was.
Let's see here. K98.
Probably the same people doing all the repros.
The better question is, can you own one in Canada?
Reproduction.
Yeah, that you probably can.
K98. Kodiak Defense. I don't know if they're from Canada or not. This is in February 2023. Kodiak Defense, new production K98 Mauser. So Kodiak Defense. I'll find out for you real quick. I'm going to do find out where they're from.
Artec corrected me. 30-06.
They are in Ontario, Canada. So it would be Kodiak Defense. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I'm saying Artec out there is correcting me because I was wrong. I misspoke. 30-06 is 7.62 by 63. I was thinking 56 was too short. Somebody said, I don't know where the 56 came from. I don't know why I was thinking 56. I don't know why that came out. Thanks, Artec.
Yeah, I don't know.
East Texas math.
It's that damn imperial shit, you know.
That's the arithmetic, man.
He was trying to
that
use
arithmetic got me.
Math.
Yeah.
That Jedi math. He got away from the imperial math.
Yeah, got away from the imperial and it didn't work.
Yep. Rebel scum. There's something else I saw up here. X Adam 1 says, when I bought my first lever action, I made sure that it was in 30-30. No other caliber would be suitable for my first lever. That was my first firearm that I ever bought. Was 2 days after I got home from boot camp, I went to Walmart and got me a Winchester 30-30. It's like $150 probably. I don't remember. 792 by 57. What? I don't know.
792. What are you talking about, Chase?
I don't know.
Oh, that's 8mm.
Oh, yeah, the Mauser.
I was like, that's where you probably got 56 for almost 57.
Oh, could be. Yeah, when you start talking all the metric sucks. It's easy to get that stuff.
You got 757 and 857.
You got 7.6225, 7.6231. Good Lord.
Yep.
There's so many.
I don't understand what's happened to this chat. It's turned into the FUDD chat, and that's not supposed to happen on this channel.
Now, how many grains of powder do you use in your 30-06 load?
It depends on the weight of projectile, Snob, that you're going to use. Typically, if you're in that 150 range,
all the powder,
right? All the powders. Yeah.
I usually use crystal powder and fill the case all the way full.
So, an even better question, Snob: do you use extruded powder or you do spherical ball?
Well, you see, it's like this.
Now,
if you're hunting deer in high elevations, look, it goes.
The high elevation of Chelsea, Oklahoma, with a fucking hill there.
Look,
that hill is a 20-foot hill, baby.
So factory crimp, roll crimp, taper crimp or bump crimp?
Oh, you got to do taper.
Bump dies for life, man.
Oh my god!
Where's Armament Maxes when we need him?
Don't you Beetlejuice his ass. Jacob S wants to know: are reproductions typically more reliable than the original?
Not necessarily.
In theory, they should, because you would probably think that they would fix anything that the original had issues with. But the original was probably made with better material back in the day than what it is today.
That depends. If Chase is the importer, he's making sure the reproductions are better than the original.
This is true.
This is absolutely true. Yeah. But there are some reproductions that
I would run away from.
Yes. Where is Chris from the 740? He has gotten way too famous for this channel. He is only accepting appearance fees to come on podcast now, and we do not pay. That's why I get these guys. He is too good for us now. He has moved on to bigger and better things. So
wait a minute, I came back because I heard a rumor you were paying. You're still not paying?
Shh.
Yeah,
no one else is supposed to know that.
We're supposed to be getting paid? What?
Snap. Did Clover just boot his ass?
No, I did not.
Chase, you are
wrong, but
yeah, he is an Okie. Yeah, he is. I thought Clover got pissed that he was getting paid and booted his ass.
He did. He's like, I'm out. That is not 110%.
Add to stream. There we go. That's awesome. Yeah, there are some. In theory, you would think, Jacob, that the reproductions would be better firearms, but it is definitely not always the case.
K98 over Canuck-Wood. I'm saying that.
What's that?
I said I'm taking the German K98 over the Canuck one.
Well, I looked into that K98 while we were sitting here talking. It's imported from Yugo. It's just a Yugo gun.
There you go.
So okay.
Don't
or Serbia.
Don't. Fight the urge, Chase. Fight the urge. Just don't.
I'm leaving it alone.
I appreciate you very much. Yes, this went off the rails. It was never supposed to go down this. I blame Calaveras for this, actually. Calaveras is the one that started the FUDD chat.
Clover Jr.
I'm just saying,
his check may or may not be in the mail.
Chicago Mike.
Now, just out of curiosity, when we're talking about all these FUDD guns, would anybody ever put a Vortex on a FUDD gun?
Chicago Mike would.
Well, I feel like which FUDD gun are we talking about? That's the question.
True.
Because
would you throw one on a 1903? That would be amazing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, if I could find a period correct, like, think about it. Like, CMP's got an auction right now with some really rare things going right now. So they have an original 19, I think it's a 43 or 44, but it's an M1 Delta sniper variant with the original Unertl scope. So you just yank that Unertl shit off and put a Vortex on top.
I couldn't do
Boom.
that. I couldn't do that.
We know who would.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that either.
You know what's on my Savage?
A Vortex.
25-06, a Diamondback.
But let's be honest, a Unertl from 1944 probably better than a modern Vortex. Let's be honest.
Probably so.
That's probably fair.
A 1956 Bosch alone's better, but hey.
Mandatory care out there being funny, jumping in the joke game. He says a lever action belt fed.
It would, the harmonica rifles. I could see somebody that could Kyle's here. Kyle's listening, right? Okay, put this in the ear of Anderson.
He's here, but he's probably not listening because he's like I am. He gave up on this show a long time ago.
The harmonica rifle design could lend itself, could it not? Help me out, Chase, or anybody else familiar with that. Could lend itself to a belt-fed leather action, could it not?
You absolutely could with a harmonica. Hey, Kyle, Anderson needs to get on that. That's ridiculous rifle.
Belt-fed lever action.
Not until they build the Pony Express.
Yeah, we only one project at a time.
And here's the thing: if you did a belt action harmonica gun style lever rifle, you would not be restricted to the tube and feeding mechanisms. That you have to use a rimmed cartridge and all of the engineering problems. You could basically chamber it in whatever you wanted to chamber it in.
He said rimmed.
Which, by the way, guys, I just put 2 and 2 together here. I've been getting a lot of random emails with like blueprint designs for all these freaking weapons.
Now you know why.
And now I'm starting to realize, like, okay, I see what's going on here.
If we do a belt-fed harmonic lever, we got to come up with a cool name for that. It's got to be a good name. We'll have time on that.
Chicago
Chase, you keep your mouth shut. We don't need any ideas from you. Real quick, got a couple questions or comments. Marcus, personally don't understand putting a red dot on a shotgun. Neither do I. But it is a thing. And
for turkey hunting, it can have application for sure.
Yeah. Okay. West asked the best question of the night. Does a vortex go on anything with wood furniture?
Yes.
I think we just shorten that and say a vortex doesn't go on anything.
Anything. Just stop it right there.
Just simplify it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy the cheapest vortex I can find, and I'm gonna put it on a martini just to watch people's heads explode.
Oh my God, I've got access to 2 that I could do that with. Oh my God, I didn't think about that.
Not the glass ghost, or not the drink ghost.
Yeah,
Martini.
Right.
Martini Henry's, yeah.
Not the drink.
Oh, is it? Are they shaken? Or are they stirred?
Like a baby.
Yeah.
God. Oh, you're gonna be the death of me one day. I'm so tired. An AR-15 with wood furniture can have a vortex scope. If you have an AR-15 with wood furniture and you don't have a vortex scope on there, something's wrong.
It does not look right, and it's better with it looks more like the OG M16A1 with carry handle and all that. It just looks way better that way.
You know,
looks on something like that. Looks matters. I don't care about the function. You put nice laminate furniture on an AR. It's all about the looks at that point, man.
You would know. You have one.
I will say, years ago, Turnbull did a AR, like Armalite. I think it was Armalite and Turnbull got together, and it was a wood, like a very high grade wood furniture, and Turnbull did all this like work on the gun, and it was amazing looking.
I've seen pictures of that.
Showpiece. Yeah. That's the
I'd like to amend that statement where he was saying that a vortex goes on anything with wood furniture. I like to amend that by saying and adding or gold plated. If it's gold plated, it's got to have a vortex on there.
That's true.
That's only right.
Just saying.
It's true.
That's just me.
I'm still waiting for the gold plated Cerakote of the month.
I would think if it has ivory anywhere, that probably or pearl.
Oh,
yeah, gotta be fake.
Pearl.
It's got faux pearl.
I would say, can it be faux pearl?
Yeah, it's got to be faux pearl.
Okay,
real. It's way too classy for a vortex.
Way too classy.
Cheap bourbon whiskey and pearl snap shirts are two things that stay the same.
G23 says if you're putting wood on an AR, it's because you can't handle the AK and you wish you could. I don't accept that premise. I think there are a lot of people that it's not because they can't accept they can't handle the AK. I think that they just want their AR to be an AK.
Well, let's be honest. There's 8-year-old little kids running around in third world countries with AKs. So, like,
full auto AKs at that.
Like, how hard are they? Can they possibly be to handle? Let's be honest about it.
I mean, they're on flags of African nations. It's obviously not that hard.
Marcus says, I'd rather see wood. I'm just going to stop it right there. Hey, we do not judge in this show. You can do what you got to do. We're happy for you. Congrats. You like to see it. Marcus wants to see wood. So
contact John the Ginger. He would probably oblige you.
There is a bar apparently in Phoenix that you could at least go and hang around with John with.
John has readily admitted he likes meat. So
no. He likes Steve's meat.
He likes Steve's meat. This
meat.
is true. Yes. This is true. My apologies.
I can confirm he likes smoked meat.
He likes to smoke meat? Is that what you said?
He does.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, John's a huge meat guy.
There's Cal finally jumped in. Cal been quiet the entire show.
Cal had said shit for an hour and a half.
Cal gets the drive-by burn award. Right? That was awesome.
Oh my god, that was so good. Bunker hadn't said anything in an hour and a half. He jumps right in there like it's his job.
To be fair, Cal, he likes meat too.
Yeah, he might like. Never mind.
He's a sausage connoisseur, I hear.
Yeah. In the U.S., AKs start like $1,000+ to begin with to own one. In foreign lands, it's like $3. $3. Shit. Go to Afghanistan. You can find all the fucking AKs you want. The Russians left in the 80s.
You have to learn how to say world star in every language, though.
Hey, Afghanistan, you can pick up a 240 Bravo too.
This is true. They can pick up a 240. You might even be able to get some helicopters if you're really looking for one.
Well, not anymore.
There may not be fuel for them, but you can own a helicopter. A U.S. CH-53 can be owned in Afghanistan for a price of $0.
I heard Jeff was on his way over there to pick up his newest Humvee project. He heard he could save a few dollars.
He did, but I heard that they accepted his visa to enter the country. They will not be allowing him to leave. So, non-FUDD question. High vis sights for a Gen 3 Glock 19. XS, yeah, for sure. I run XS on a couple of my Glock 19s, and it's really interesting. When I first got the XS sights, it was so strange to me because it's so different. Not only the looks, but how you line up the sights is so different than you've ever used. So it took me a little while to get used to them, but once I got used to the XS sights, I love them. I know
I've got several sets of the ones that used to be the RAM, but they got cease and desist for using RAM, so now they're just like DT3 or something. But they're a 3-dot, and I'm not a big 3-dot fan, but I like those pretty well.
I like.
I don't like 3-dot at all, but like I said, for me, just got used to having to dot the I instead of, you know what I'm saying, with the front side. It's a little different way of lining that front side up. But like I said, once you get used to that, yeah, man, XS, not TFX, XS sights, they're great.
True glow, yeah.
What about the night vision stuff? I like the stuff from night vision.
That's pretty solid.
Night vision is really good.
Yeah. They just dropped the gold-plated open sights.
Night vision has the best patches at SHOT Show. Just saying.
I will. I don't know, but they're definitely top five.
The most collectible.
The way that they drop or they distribute their patches is definitely awesome.
100%.
Because you got to go back there every day.
Mm-hmm.
Mandatory carries. Be right back. Got it too. I don't need to know that, man. I appreciate you, but I don't need to know. What you got to do in there. Yeah.
He hasn't heard of a cell phone, does he not?
Understand that he's in a straitjacket. So like he has to get permission to go to the bathroom, and they do not allow him to take anything when he leaves his cell to the restroom. So
I mean, to be fair, Chase is with number 2 twice while he's been on the show today. So
and he's still in his car. So
it's a Volkswagen.
I mean,
it's where all the walls come from.
On high-vis sights, I like high-vis sights if I'm just replacing the front. If I'm not going to replace the back sight, a lot of times the rear sight. A lot of times I'll go with high-vis. Also like high-vis front sights on open sight rifles and things too. I don't have a problem.
I enjoy.
They've got more variety than XS too. Especially if you're talking about rifles or something. I know he was talking about a Glock, which everybody makes Glock sights, right? So you've got a lot of options.
I like. I mean, just in general, I like blacked out rear sights, and I like fiber in the front. That's what she said. But
you got fiber in the front recently. Speaking of fiber in the front.
Why are you telling people that, dude? Like, that's supposed to be our special time.
Well, you got a yeast infection, bro?
Like, seriously, bro. Like, no one needs to know that shit.
XS also has the minimalist sights that are blacked out rear.
Yeah.
Got a couple sets of those with the big dot front.
Yeah. XS is good. High vision, whatever. I would check them out because they've kind of been around for the last few years, and they was it 2020
Das Club, man.
They had the coolest thing in their booth. They had a nightclub, a black lighted night. It was like a rave thing in their booth. Shot is pretty badass.
Yeah, you could go straight. You could look at the sights in the dark with all different color lights flashing and with like all kinds of stuff going on to simulate, distractions or whatever. It was really neat.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. All right.
Or you could just put a vortex on your gun and be done with it.
Mm-hmm. This is true. You could do that as well.
And since you're poor and doing that, it's an option.
What about Vortex comes out with night sights? Like that would break the.
There's this guy on Amazon that doesn't speak good English, but he always offers to send me Glock sights. So I'm pretty sure he's probably working for Vortex.
Oh, say hi to Tony for me. Yeah. Yeah. Good Lord. All right, hour and a half into this fiasco. I told you I was going to be able to give you full 110% tonight. That is definitely not what it is definitely what happened. It's only proven that I let for the last hour this be a FUDD chat. So you can tell that I'm really on my game tonight. Kyle, I'm gonna go with Snob first. Snob, what do you got going on? Anything at all?
I need to. I've been kind of on vacation.
If you need to.
I've been kind of on vacation from film videos, but I'm trying to get back into the.
No, I understand. I understand. No, I get it. Anything that's come in recently that you're looking forward to working with?
Nothing. I haven't tried to get anything.
All right. Ginger, what's going on with GOA? We'll give you like the GOA minute here.
Well, we are trying to fight what's going on right now in Congress with the frame thing. So I'm getting updates on that, trying to figure out where our stance is and everything on that. I know what
where
our
your stance is. Jesus Christ,
we're not gonna fight.
The worst marketer ever. We're trying to figure out what our stance is.
It's day 3. It's day 3. Okay.
I didn't know he went to work for the NRA.
No, we're gonna.
That's very well played.
We're gonna go fight and stop this unconstitutional rule as we wait for opinion to come in on our own case on this. So I know we've got some lawsuits out on it from the GOA side, which means that if you guys don't want this rule to go through, make sure that you join GOA and help us out as we fight on this. Don't give me that look. I need. So yeah. Other than that,
I'm already a member, so
yeah. No. Thank you for being a member. But yeah, if you guys haven't done so already, go check out GOA. Make sure that you go in and become a member. We are the No Compromise Gun Rights Organization, and we will fight for you. As always, we have our hashtag Pony Express 2024. That is our grassroots marketing campaign to get Anderson to make the Pony Express, our double barrel shotgun. And then
Kyle has mastered the fucking drop in. I'm just saying, he's like the greatest drop in ever. Whoop, whoop.
So there's that, and as always, I am pushing Southeastern Guide Dogs with a nonprofit organization giving guide dogs to our veterans. So make sure to go check them at guidedogs.org as well.
Marcus wants to know, question for everyone: what's the longest shot you ever made it right in the butthole? I mean, right in the bullseye. Sorry. In the bullseye? I don't know.
Depends on how big of a bullseye it is, I guess. Like, most long shots are not made for shooting at bullseye.
No, like I've hit at 1,500 meters, but it was a piece of steel, and I don't have no idea if it would hit the bullseye. But then again, I hit steel at 1,500 yards, so I'm okay with that. Just under a mile.
I would say in a bullseye on a target, I would say probably 700-800 yards, maybe something in that range. Definitely shy of 1,000.
Yeah,
mine's 500.
Like honestly, well, shit. Like, I don't think I've ever shot at like an actual bullseye target, like outside of handgun range. I don't remember shooting a bullseye target, an actual bullseye target with a rifle ever.
Like
we didn't shoot bullseye targets with rifles, did we, Kyle? I never remember seeing a bullseye target with
not a bullseye. We shot dog targets from the 500.
Yeah, but like an actual like bullseye. I don't know if
I thought you were in the Marines, not the ATF.
Oh, that's cool. That's why a lot of ATF agents were former Marines. They've got good training in dog shooting. Wow. But no, I don't mean, honestly, what I can think of is shooting handguns. So inside 50 yards, you know what I'm saying? What do you guys, Clover says, what you said, 700 maybe?
Yeah, like you, 1,500 meters just on steel. But
on steels, but he said bullseye.
As far as on paper at a bullseye, yeah, probably 700 or 800 yards, somewhere in that range. Like I said, definitely well shy of 1,000 for sure. Anything 1,000 plus is definitely been steel.
John, Kyle, Chase, Snob, longest shot with bullseye.
That's like the big high power targets. Like, have you seen like the big like NRA, like Camp Perry, like the giant?
I mean, I guess technically that's a bullseye target, right?
I mean, it's a 10 ring, and you're basically, it's like a, what is it? Like, I think
it's
10
I mean, it's technically a bullseye target. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, but that's very specific, like Palma shooting, service rifle, very specific stuff. Like, people who shoot serious distance like that, you're not shooting at bullseye targets. You're shooting at steel plates and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, Kyle's computer finally went down. He's probably going to jump in on his phone again, I guess. Leave it to the Marines to break your laptop. Just saying.
Marines and Texas Hicks.
What?
Too soon, man. Too
I
soon.
said Marines and Texas
That
Hicks.
was cold, man. That was cold.
Wow. Okay. Chase, what's going on at EAA, my man?
Busy, man. Got a lot of new stuff about to drop here soon.
You do.
I'm not at liberty to talk
A lot
about
of nude stuff. What?
A lot of
Nude. Yeah.
stuff,
Paul is releasing his calendar finally.
Oh, he's gonna showcase all the Room of Pain stuff, huh?
It is. So it's gonna be live from the Fornicatorium.
Oh, let's not do live. We don't need to do live.
Well, it's not gonna be live. It's just gonna be, his pictures. Like, he's gonna have a calendar. He'll sign it, SHOT Show, all that good stuff.
We need to make that. Honest to God, we need to make that happen.
We really need to make that happen.
I can make a calendar pretty quickly. Not a problem at all.
We have the technology. Oh, I can get you the pictures.
We have the technology. Oh, give me the pictures and I'll make a calendar up and we'll present it to them. Oh my God. Wow. Really? that's great.
I didn't say it out loud.
No, you did not. And I appreciate that.
That is great.
I appreciate that.
That is great. Oh, we'll talk about that.
That is a great one. We will talk about that here in about 5 minutes.
There's some really cool stuff about to hit. I just give it the next couple months, and you'll start seeing a lot of new stuff popping up.
Well, you gotta get ATF.
Hey,
where are the
where are the witness 2311s at? Like, everybody's asking. We know that the ATF, Department of State, all them jackwagons suck. But
I know one model has gotten approved, right?
The C models, like the 4.25, like the commander size guns. Hopefully, the public will start seeing those by the end of August, beginning of September.
Okay.
The rest of them are to be determined because the feds are the feds.
They are awesome people. Yeah.
I had a fun conversation today. It was not pleasant.
I would imagine. I mean, can it be though? I mean, that can be real exciting when you have to talk with ATF chiefs and shit over stupid stuff.
You have to explain very simple things to people who don't understand what you're talking about. It's fun.
And these are the guys that regulate this shit. They don't understand.
This is their job, is literally to understand it.
They got no clue.
Yeah. Kyle, I know you guys been busy at Anderson. You got some stuff coming down the line here in the next month or two. What do you want to pimp out for Anderson right now?
Pimping out right now. Definitely keep your eyes peeled for the bolt action. Engineering getting a lot of range time with it here lately, so nice. I'm assuming they're putting their finishing touches on, making any critiques, any tweaks they need to make. Other than that,
have you had any trigger time with it yet?
I have not.
Let me know how it goes.
Now, how do you think those bolt actions are going to work with the Vortex? I know we got listeners out there that are really curious about that, Kyle.
Well, Vortex is the king of optics, so very well. Very well.
I mean, it's only fitting that they come equipped with them from the factory.
Ooh, yeah, we'll have to work something out.
I mean, like the Axis comes
with
laser scopes on them.
Now, Kyle, it is August. SHOT Shows in January. Pony Express update. Where we at?
Still in research and development, dude.
Oh, it's developed.
Is there a chance? Is there a chance that we get like a 3D printed model for SHOT?
You might get
Sure.
Nice. We'll have Kyle's going to learn how to use Photoshop just for John.
No, for real, Clover. If you would ever get your 3D printer hooked up, right, I think it would be amazing for you to design a coach gun and bring it and present Anderson with the first
the first prototype
work up and the prototype of it.
Oh, they painted up nice
with the ponies.
Yeah.
You can make that happen. You have the technology.
I would cry. I would literally cry.
Here's the thing: would Anderson ever speak to any of us again if we did that?
Oh yeah, I mean, that would light a fire up under us to get that thing on the market.
I just want to know how you're going to get it into the show.
Oh, there's ways.
It's a piece of plastic.
It's plastic, dude.
We'll talk about that later too.
We'll just send it down to Florida and put it in the EAA freaking crate.
I don't think you'd have to ship it down to Florida. Like, we know enough people in the industry. I don't think it'd be hard to get it in there.
Well, you didn't even have to make
a piece of plastic.
You didn't have to make it full size. You can make it scaled down.
This is true.
This is true too.
Step one is go to SHOT Show.
That's valid. Well, it's also a break action shotgun, and it's only 18.5-inch barrels, so it could very easily fit in the backpack. Keep that in mind. And it would just look like a tripod, basically.
And Clover doesn't have to go through TSA, so he can bring it to the car with him.
True. Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Nope. Yep. All right, Clove, what you got going on?
Man, I ain't
working 110%.
Yeah, more like over the last week, more like maybe 11 and 1/16 or something.
There you go with that metric stuff again,
dude. I've had such a good run of. I've had such a good run of bad luck, man. This is freaking ridiculous. I'm surprised my microphone has held out as long as it has tonight.
Did you go full dolphin on us tonight?
God, I know, right? Snob knows the struggle. So, for those that don't know, my laptop took a big honking steaming dump late last week. So, content is, kind of on hiatus pretty much for a little bit till I can figure all that situation out. But in the meantime, you can check out Ghost and Clover that dropped Sunday night. That was epic as always.
Clover.
Yeah.
Since I'm such a good friend, I'll tell you what I'll do for you. If you will shoot the content and email it to Ghost, I'll have to.
I bet he will. I bet he will.
No problem with that.
Oh, I bet he will.
Be the greatest edited video that Clover Tech's ever published.
It would. It would. I can just imagine the edit job. I may have to do that just to see what the end product looks like.
He said Clover hates trades. That's beautiful. I'm sorry. We're having a discussion in the private chat. And sorry. Yeah, give me that video and I'll edit it for you. I got no problem with that. Got no problem with that at all. Fiverr, you can actually get your stuff edited. There is, and I don't know this to be true. Like, I haven't tried it. I haven't checked it out. But apparently and this is real. I'm not joking. Like, one of the new AI websites, you upload your video, your raw video to this AI website, and they will edit the video for you. I don't know if I've heard that from several different people's. Good Lord, y'all are just all right. We're gonna get the fuck out of here because Kyle's back. There you go. Yeah. Wow. Thanks for watching. We may see you next week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Y'all stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Simplify.